The 2023 season started off with a bang with the 11 seed Vivienne David and Thomas Wilson playing out of their minds. What happened next in this match, though, I don't think anybody anticipated. Vivienne David and Thomas Wilson came out firing and absolutely dominating in the beginning of this match. Thomas Wilson has to be one of the fastest players on tour and shows his speed in two unbelievable points here.
Look at that get from Thomas Wilson. He's everywhere. And then
the point kind of has an anticlimactic finish as Matt Wright gets called for a foot fault while jumping back for that overhead.
Starter's gun to run the 100-meter dash there, but Thomas Wilson, come on, brother.
We talked about his movement, and Vivienne David is no slouch in that department either. So there's such a
if one time wasn't good enough, Thomas Wilson does the exact same thing here again.
What a get.
Stop it, Thomas Wilson.
Look at the resets.
Vivienne David, welcome to Mission Hills Country Club. Unbelievable get behind her earlier from Thomas Wilson, and then it's David that finishes.
They had it all on display. They had the resets, they had the defense, and they...
Matt Wright hits a beautiful backhand Ernie here for a winner. Vivienne David and Thomas Wilson call a timeout, which we think is to stop Matt Wright's momentum, but literally we know that is very far from the truth.
Finish from Matt Wright, so again,
timeout,
they're veterans.
9-3-2, 1 minute.
They've dug out of holes before, and what a smart timeout here from Wilson and David. Okay.
Here is when we find out that Thomas Wilson was actually not feeling well and needed to take a timeout.
A little bit more to discuss. See what's going on court there.
There's concern now as I'm seeing a referee. So now we're into a different situation, maybe. And again, this is conjecture here by me on is there a medical situation here with Thomas Wilson? He seems to be breathing heavy, and again, I do not want to start assuming things, but I don't like when I'm seeing someone's pulse being taken there. That's his wife sitting with him.
Yeah, kind of just reading his body language. He looks a little concerned, and yeah, I believe that is his wife just checking on him, making sure his heart rate's okay. I don't know anything about his health concerns or anything like that, but he's just making sure he's all right out there.
So we thought they were taking it from a momentum position, but this is clearly a timeout taken from I'm not feeling the way I need to feel here for Thomas Wilson.
Yeah, you can see the concern on his face, and horrible timing too. I think couldn't come at a worse time. They're playing absolutely amazing, and this is the last thing that you want to see.
So again, how this all can work out, obviously this could be a medical timeout involved here at some point as well, and that gets into 15 minutes. You see our ref.
After the timeout, you can tell Thomas Wilson is far from feeling good and is barely even moving on the court.
This is an okay decision here for this young man as he continues to not look even remotely comfortable.
Yeah, I really feel for him. They're only 2 points away from a big win. I hope that isn't affecting the decision to play if he shouldn't be out there, but
I mean, he is not even
hoping for the
moving
best
to the net.
I love how after still not feeling well, he's able to rip a couple forehands right down the middle.
This second game, I'm not sure. Honestly, if they're even going to play a third game.
And look at this step around winner from Wilson, and Vivienne David is checking in after every point. I mean, when you see your partner doing what we're all watching.
I kind of thought that after game 2 they might have just wrapped it up and called it, a medical forfeit, but here they came out for game 3.
Change of events here. Obviously, we are concerned about Thomas Wilson. He had to take 2 timeouts, took a medical timeout. They were up huge in game 2. They were so close to winning that they...
Here you can see that Thomas Wilson is starting to feel a little better and play with a little more footwork in game 3.
And that's the way Wilson was moving earlier in the match. Not maybe all the way, but certainly...
Getting back to how they're playing in game 1 and the first half of game 2, they end up taking this match in 3 sets, which is amazing.
will do it in a remarkable recovery.
Here we find out what was happening to Thomas Wilson during this time. It's great to hear that he's doing okay and was able to play the rest of the tournament just fine.
Standing in the winner's circle with you both, that match unfortunately became about your health towards the end. How did you power through that, and what was going on out there?
I don't know how. I mean, playing with Viv helped. She kept me calm, but somehow toward the end of the second game, when the adrenaline's going, my heart rate gets high, my heart goes into arrhythmia, and it was 208 or something crazy. So the physician's kind of looking at my wife, who's an NP, like a little concerned, so that I'm concerned as well. So it finally started to slow down. It was still off. That's why I was kind of walking around trying to keep my heart rate low, but somehow we figured it out. I apologize to Matt and Lucy. That's just awkward playing in a match like that, and the fans for sticking with us. So thank you. I appreciate the support.
Well, Viv, talk about how hard it is to stand next to a partner who's fighting with this and be a support system for him on and off the court.
It's very hard. I mean, I don't think words can really describe the scare that I usually have when that happens. It happened a couple of times in the past. And I tell him, I'm like, dude, if you feel like you can't, like it's just a match. It's just pickleball at the end of the day. Your life is more important than a pickleball match. So I try to be the supportive partner, and I mean, yeah, there were highs and lows, and there's some big lows, but we powered through, and at the end we came with a W. Again, it was awkward, so I apologize to Matt and Lucy, because I've been there where opponents were not feeling great, and it's tough to kind of really lock in and play full out because you're worried about your opponent, like their health, where their life is not doing so well at the moment. But yeah, kudos to Thomas, like just to power through it. You're a stud.
All right.